good afternoon, and welcome to the second time of us here bringing the home of Heineken right into your living room. You might have seen already, I'm in a very strange place at the moment. Well, I guess it's not so strange. It's called the Heineken Depot, where they collect very much of the most beautiful historical objects over the last 150 years plus. In today's session, the curator of the Heineken collection, Olaf Slijkhuis, will take you guys into a wonderful deep dive into our beautiful history. Enjoy!
Hi everybody, thanks Abdi. So you caught me in the middle of making the final preparations, which is good because I'm going to show you already the beginning of Heineken's brewery here on this side. Come over and have a look at this original design of the building that used to be here. So it's you can see the interior of the whole brewery, and also in the bottom you can see the signature of Gerard Heineken, who was the founder of the company. So this building was built in 1867. It's not here anymore. There's a question that has been asked about how much of the original brewery is still here. Well, this building is not here anymore. The building that you know as the Heineken Experience is replaced for that one. We have one other building that's quite old, 1913. That's the brew room. That's still here, but everything else has been replaced. I think from the start of the building of this brewery, every day has been a change. Nothing has been the same. But I'll show you the rest of the depot now. So follow me. I'm going to show you aisle number 18 and 19, because those are the most interesting, to show you a little bit about the stuff that we collect. It's everything. So have a look around. You can see bottles, you can see prizes from sport events, you can see little merchandise things, you can stuff that was used in the brewery, in the laboratory, you can see beer mugs. Well, we collect almost everything. You can also see already that we have not only Heineken as a brand, we have Amstel, which is a big part of our collection, and all the other brands that we collect that Heineken has either acquired or bought in the past. So our collection is quite big, over 120,000 objects. Not everything is here. We have another few storage facilities in the Netherlands because the big brewing kettles, they just don't fit. So let me show you another piece of our collection, which is the oldest part. So it's in another part of the collection. I didn't take it out because it's quite fragile. It's an Egyptian stone from around 3000 BC. It was bought by Freddie Heineken, and it's in this cabinet. So I'll open it up. Takes a while. It's electric, so enjoy another ride. So it was bought by Freddie Heineken because he was very interested in history, and it shows the process of beer brewing in Egypt. Yeah, so it's almost open. So come with me. So it's not very clear, but it has a kind of relief that shows you the process of beer brewing. And you can see here that there is a corner broken off, so that's why I'm not taking it out. So now I'm going to take you into our studio, where there are a few other items that I've collected for you, which ranges from the smallest to the most weirdest and the most creative. But I'll show you. Okay. Well, let's start with an old object that I could take out of our collection. It's this one. It's a beer mug. So if you look closely on the lid, it says 1780. It's way before Heineken started as a brewery, so it has nothing to do with the company, but still is one of we have from quite a while. So we have the oldest objects. Now we're going to one of the most recent ones. It's not a new object, but it's the most recent addition to our collection. It's a piece of decoration that was used in a cafe for hiding the tap that you used to drop beer with. So you can see the name of the cafe on the front. So this is the latest edition. So we have the oldest to the newest. Now we're going to the very smallest objects that we have. So this is an interesting one. It's a label for a cigar. Back in the days when you could still smoke a cigar or a cigarette at the office, Heineken would give guests cigars while they had to wait for their appointment. So they had Heineken labels made for their cigars. And I have another very small object, and this one you might also recognize. It's cufflinks, made for Amstel. So these are quite small, but I think they're very nice. And it's merchandising. It's made for people that, you can give them away as a gift. So we have the smallest object. Now we're going to the greenest. So it's the greenest object in color, but also in idea. So it's called the World Bottle. So why is it the greenest in idea? Well, in the 1960s, Freddie Heineken came up with the idea to make a sustainable bottle. So a bottle that you could reuse as a brick to build a house. So you see these little kind of dots on the bottle that was made to hold the cement on this bottle. And then we have a big one. And we have a small one. Some of the bottles have a little hole in the bottom. So you can put them together. And if you stack them all up, you can build a wall. And if you have a wall, you can build a house. So the idea was to have a sustainable bottle that you could build houses with. It never went into production because making this bottle is very expensive. It's not easy. So the price of a beer bottle would be very high and people would not be interested to buy it. But the green idea still stands because people all over the world are sharing this idea on Facebook, Instagram. It's in museums. It's material for colleges and sustainability. So the greenest idea still stands. It also relates a little bit maybe to why the Heineken bottles have the color green. Well, for export, Heineken almost always used green bottles. But in the Netherlands, they had brown bottles until quite recently. Only a few years ago, they changed it to green. So that's the moment when Heineken went completely green. So there's a mix. So in the Netherlands, it's brown for a long time, and export outside of the Netherlands, that was a green bottle for quite a long while. So now we go to kind of the nicest, what I think are most interesting objects. It's the original hand-painted designs for advertising. So you see here a design for a bottle that's hand-painted. It has a label glued onto it, which is also handmade. And you still see the remarks of the printers, of the designers on the side. So this is quite interesting. It also shows you the green racetrack. So the green racetrack is kind of the identity of Heineken nowadays. In the 1950s, Freddie Heineken said, all over the world, I want this green racetrack to be Heineken's identity. And that's when it started. So that's kind of the way we identify Heineken today, by this label and the green racetrack. So another one I want to show you, which is also quite nice, it's a little bit bigger. It's very graphic, and I think you could use it still today. It's also from Amstel. It's a hand-painted design for a poster. You also see how they advertise Dutch beer abroad with ladies in Dutch costumes, which is quite nice. But I think this one still could be used nowadays on the streets. It's quite an interesting object. So, from the nicest one, the most beautiful one, to the weirdest, and that's this one. It's also something that Freddie Heineken bought because, as I told you, he was very interested in history. It's called a Kaiser Becher. It was made for the last German Kaiser, and then Freddie Heineken bought it at an auction. It represents all the German Kaisers in history. It's made out of silver, that's why it's in plastic. If we take it out, it would be black. So it's also for conservation purposes, so I'm not taking it out. But it's just a weird object. And we still have it here today, but we don't really know what to do with it. So then, to the most creative object. It's this one. It's a design for a gift that Heineken could have given to relations or clients. It's a snakeskin made by a company in Italy. I don't know which one, but it has all the Heineken crown caps attached to it. So this is very interesting. And it also gives you a little bit of a challenge and maybe ideas for when you're at home to make most creative project with Heineken-related material. See what you can make of it. And post it on Instagram, Facebook. Let us know what you make in these days that you have to stay at home. You can still be creative. You can still think of us. So, make a good job. And then, I have, it's a special request, but I couldn't go out without the story. It's the Heineken crate. But it has a very interesting story because it was designed in the 1920s. And it had a patent. And the patent was all about these little blocks. It doesn't look like much. But by this way you could alternate the sequence of the bottles, and that would make it sturdy, and you could transport it very easily without breaking the bottles. So the employee of Heineken that patented this made a lot of money outside of his day job just by thinking of a creative way to make sure that the bottles wouldn't break, and then came up with this idea that's lasted for a long time. Even other breweries took this idea.
Thank you very much, Olaf. I think we have a few questions from our viewers, so I'd like to go through them. One question asked by one of the viewers, Buzz. Can consumers still buy the Vobo bottle?
No, the Vobo bottle is made again as a second generation, but it's used to make displays or in cafes, so as a wall. But it's not for consumers to buy.
Okay. And another viewer, Julia, asked, how old is the Keizerbelger?
Well, it's made around, I think, 1900. So, because the last German emperor, well, he had to flee, or he was banished from Germany around the First World War. So that's also the period when, this becher came to the Netherlands. So, yeah, more or less around that.
All right. And is it true that the points of the star are the 5 ingredients?
It's what we say, and it's true that the star represents a very ancient brewer symbol or an alchemist symbol, but we also see them as a 6-pointed star. But yeah, Heineken is not the only one that uses a star in his brand. There are other brands that do that, but yes, it's a brewer symbol. So yes, you can say that the points represent the ingredients and the magic ingredient.
All right, and then a few more to go. What else did Freddie Heineken collect?
What? Good question. So it's a funny one because we get a lot of cars offered. So I probably had a very large collection of cars, very interesting ones, very colorful ones, and people are offering them to us quite on a regular basis. So what did he collect besides art and history objects? It's cars, I think. Okay,
cool. And then final one, where are we now? We have many people asking, can I visit this place? Where are you guys shooting this?
Yeah, well, we are in the Heineken Experience, what is now called the Heineken Experience, but it's the old brewery of the city of Amsterdam, the Heineken Brewery. So the Heineken collection is still situated in this old building. You can visit it. You can make a tour, and if you book a VIP tour, you can visit this part of the collection. You can also see behind you on the walls. Still, there are original details of the brewery, the yellow tiles and the blue tiles. So it's we're still in the old brewery.
In the old brewery.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Olaf. Thank you again so much, guys, for tuning in on this session, taking the deep dive into our history. We hope you have enjoyed it, and we hope to see you guys in 2 weeks' time, where we will go into our brew house. Yes, we will teach you guys all about our brewing process. We can't wait. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and we hope to see you there. Thank you very much.